Guys, another video. Here is I'm basically going through an activity that I don't remember if I skipped or what happened. But this is, well, I think it's the last part of talking about develop Azure functions. There's an exercise to create an Azure function using what do you call Visual Studio Code. So if you don't have Visual Studio Code, you might be out of luck. But I use Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio itself. So that's my preferred text editor essentially. That Notepad plus plus there. So yeah, cool. Let's jump into it without wasting time. I tend to waste a lot of time on these things. Cool. So that's that link. If you click on it, similar to what we've been doing, this is what it opens up. It says create Azure function by using Visual Studio Code. In this exercise, you'll learn how to create a simple C# function that responds to the HTTP request. After creating and testing the code locally, Visual Studio Code you will deploy to Azure. Cool. So I'm gonna read these instructions and go do it myself. So those are the prerequisites. C# extension, da 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 da. Cool. I'm not gonna waste any time, so I'm just gonna do it for you guys. Uh, cool. Let me just open my Visual Studio Code. There I have it. Uh, Actually, I need to sign in, so it seems. Let me just click on sign into Azure. Waiting for Azure sign in, so it's just giving me a pop up there. Then I'm just gonna log in with the relevant account. Then, so that basically open a browser tab on the other window or the other screen that I have. There's my subscription as we've been using it. So under that, that's that. Those are the storage accounts that I have and all of that. So cool. Just following the activity on the other side, not that, maybe the other one. So that part. Cool. So basically here it says create a local project, right? So once I'm here, I need to navigate to functions. And on functions, I need to click on this thing that says create new project. And I'm creating it. So here, let me just create a new folder, call it AZ204 dash function. Then I'm gonna go into that. Then I'm gonna select that folder. Then type language editor, select the language. I'm gonna choose C#. Cool. Okay, cool. Then it says which one do I need to use there. Okay. So there on the activity, they say I must choose 3.1 core, but here I'm seeing, let me try do that. Okay, so I'm gonna choose version 3. Then I'm gonna choose that. Cool. Then select the template for your project's thingy. There I'm gonna choose HTTP trigger. Then it's gonna say provide function name. Then according to the example, they say use HTTP example as the name. Could use anything if I really wanted to. I'm just gonna use exactly what they told me. That's that. Then here they say authorization level. I'm gonna put it anonymous. That means anyone can access that. Then they say how select how you'd like to open your project. So this is what I'm selecting there. Then they say add workspace, add to workspace. I don't know what that does. Okay, cool. Adding that. It created a basic function for me. The function name is HTTP example. Authentication level is anonymous. I can do that using the get. Okay, store. You know what that was doing. Maybe it's requiring packages, I think. Okay, use this information. Visual Studio Code generates an exec function project with an HTTP trigger and the function locally. Okay. Visual Studio integrates and code tools to let you run this project on your local development computer before you publish. To call your function, press F5. Okay, cool. So that is done. So they say I must press uh, F5. F5. Your function must have Azure function codes installed. Like, okay, install that. Cool. Why do I need to do npm install global? Okay, that's doing it for me. Cool. Let me just go here. Nothing has happened here. Good. I'm assuming it's still installing or something. Okay. Well, I'm not sure if it's done installing that or what's going on, but okay, that's that. Let's try this then maybe. Okay, that's done that. Okay, cool. So the function is now running essentially. Cannot open the path for writing. I don't know what that was. Okay, cool. So our function is running. If, as you can see, it's running on that particular URL. Then doing a bunch of host things. Okay, cool. So what they said for me is okay. So that's the URL. Maybe let's see what does this thing do. Okay, it returns an HTTP request. So essentially, if I do that, it tells me whatever personalized response. So here it's returning this message, right? Response message name is now. Okay, request. There's a request body that I could send if I wanted to, and it would give me that, but we'll trigger that differently. Cool. So that's the basic functionality there. I just need this window. Where's my example code? Oh no, no. Okay, no problem. We have that, and just continue with the exercise. So that's that. Then another way to trigger this apparently is with your core tools. You can go to your core tools and the functions. You can say local project and open your functions. Then under that you have that, and on that look at that. What does this look like? It looks like our config files. Right? It has my bindings. Then the bindings HTTP with get and post. The authorization level is that entry point. That's what it needs to run. So I'm just gonna right click on that. You can copy the URL. You can execute the function now. Then that's the property that you require in your function. So essentially what I can do here is just put my name, Giterabo, because I like myself that much. And what did I get as a response? I didn't see anything. You can see execute function now. Okay, there it is. It's running that. Doesn't show me what it returned. Okay, that execute the request response. Okay, retracing the function. Okay, not seeing the response. So this is the information there. I was expecting to see the response itself somewhere here, but I don't know what is going on. Anyways, press Control Z to stop the code tools and disconnect debugger. So cool, I can do that. Okay, that's that. Cool. Let me try something. I'm not sure if I have the relevant uh, functions, but what I could essentially do is go to my example that thing, not on Git, that these are a bunch of libraries installed. So here I'm trying to see if I can put a breakpoint. So I'm F5ing on that. Right. After doing that, I'm going to Azure, starting up the function and all of that. Change to something else. I wonder why. Maybe it's because it attached the debugger. So cool. Okay. I need to trigger this thing, so I'm just gonna do execute function. On that, I'm gonna put my name in there. Variable. There, it hit the breakpoint. The request object. Let me just step over. The request itself doesn't want to show me. There it is. There's a body. I don't know. I want to see content length. I can see the content length, content type. Can you see content? Oh no, you can see content. But anyways, cool. Uh, that based on the query, it read something. The name is Mao. Response message. It's hello Digarabo, the HTTP request. Da 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 da. Cool. Let's continue. Perfect. That's more like it. I'm happy with that. Disconnect. That's fine. That's that. That's fine. So we've run our function. We saw that it actually does whatever we wanted to see in terms of code. Sign into Azure. If you're already signed in, choose the Azure icon, YouTube Azure function area and choose sign in. Okay, when prompted by the browser that successfully signed in, you can close the okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to publish this thing, right? We're here. So what this thing says is we need to click on the publish part. When you click on publish, that's what it's saying there. Then what we need to then do is choose create function. There's a big there's an advanced one there, but they say don't do that. Okay, then here we need to put in a name function Garabo function. The runtime, we need to select the runtime 3.1, select the location of the new resource. We've been having a success with West Europe, East Europe, West Europe, I mean, sorry. So West US, West Europe, West India, West Central, um, there's Europe, it's actually. I selected that. I'm not sure if it's going to make me select the subscription because I have a default one there. If you look at that, you see what it's doing. It's creating an web service plan for us now. Just monitor what it does there. Uh, Okay. Okay, cool. So that has been created. Right now, when we look at, okay, running pre-deploy task, I think it's now pushing our function to Azure. So that is completed. Uh, Deploying. Okay. This is open out the window. This is showing us what it's doing. Essentially, Folio, and we are patiently waiting. Okay, so you see there it has completed. I can stream logs, upload settings, view output. Let's say stream logs for argument's sake. Don't know what that is going to do. Connecting to stream logs. I'm hoping this will give me something actually. That's my local function. I did not loading that. So you see here when you stream logs, they say the default time is 2 hours. So after 2 hours, it will automatically be disabled. But once that is solely for, right? And I'm still waiting for that resource to show up here. While that is happening, what I could try do is get here to my subscription, check resource groups. So that function should have created a new resource group, I assume. Yep, that get our function as the resource group. This is all the resources it has created. So that is the service plan. This is the function. This is the app insights that was created on the storage account used by the function. We click on the function. It's on West Europe running state. It's running on an app service plan, so it's not a consumption plan. I don't know why it created on an app service plan and not on consumption. I'm hoping it's because of the type of account that I'm using. And anyways, create a function. Deploy. This thing does not want me to see what I want to see. I don't know why. Functions. That does not allow me to see what I want. It doesn't look like I can sign out or anything. What is going on? Okay, cool. Cool. I'll try another way. I'm not gonna use what they prescribed in the example. So what I'll essentially do. Okay, let me try. Okay, this is. Oh no, doesn't want to do that. So what I'll do is go to the portal, go to my function there. Under my function, I'll say functions. Under my functions, I should see my HTTP example function there. Then if I click on this, because it was deployed using FTP and all of that, it does not allow me to do changes. So it's a read only. So I'm gonna use code and test. After code and test, essentially here we have stream logs. I don't know if stream logs is doing what it's supposed to, but anyways, there was a couple of errors actually. There was a couple of errors when it was doing the upload. But anyways, the code is all thingy. So cool. This is where I'm at. That's the function itself. It's showing me the bindings and all of that. There should be a test or run tab. Okay, let me just click on this. Code and test is what I wanted. Come on, come on, come on. This video is supposed to be 2 minutes, but it's dragging forever now because these things are taking forever to load. Coolio, coolio, coolio. I don't know if I need to sing now or what should happen. Okay, while that's loading, maybe I can try scaffold something. Let's push. That. There's that. What I wanted is this. Okay, cool. You see, I have a test and run. So in the body, it says body, and this is the output. So let's say try to use that body to say name, and the name I'm gonna say Digarabo. In the output, it should say hi Digarabo. Da, 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 da. Yeah, see the output. That's that. So if in the input I just put an empty object, and that will work because it checks the query that says my name. You see, it's returning a default one. So this is the expected behavior. Norm is name. Finally, and say hi finally. So there is the log. You can see how it executes the request that it's executing and all of that. This is technically what we were seeing on Visual Studio Code. So Coolio, I'm not going to stress myself much as to why things didn't work out this side. It's story for another day, but thank you.